Hello everyone and welcome to my book club show. Dear friends, today we are going to start a new book in our book club show, and the title of this book is Rich Dad Poor Dad. This book is written by Robert Kiyosaki. Dear friends, this book is very famous book, and this book gives us economical training, or this book gives us knowledge about money. How to earn money in life is told in this book, so that this book is very important, and that's why I have decided to take this book in our book club show. And today we are going to take the introduction of this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Having two dads offered me the choice of contrasting points of view, one of a rich man and one of a poor man. And here writer says that he had two dads, and he says that his one dad was rich dad and his another dad was poor dad, so that both of us gave education to writer about money. I had two fathers, a rich one and a poor one. Writer says that he had two fathers, one was rich one and one was poor one. Here means he did not have really two fathers, but he had his own father and he had his friend's father. He had a friend and his name was Mike, and Mike's father is rich dad and Robert's father is a poor dad, because writer has taken education from these two men, from his own father and from his friend's father. And his friend's father had good knowledge about how to earn money, and his father had not good knowledge about how to earn good money in life. He says that his own father was highly educated. He had done his PhD and he had taken education from the University of Chicago, but he had no knowledge of earning money. And his friend's father, Mike's father, he had just learned until 8th grade, but he had good knowledge about earning money. And here writer says that one always struggled financially, the other would become one of the richest men in Hawaii. One died leaving tens of millions of dollars to his family, charities, and his church. The other left bills to be paid when he died. And here writer says that his one father died, and after his death he left millions of money, or lots of money, to his children, or to his church, or to his charity. And when Robert's father died, at that time he had kept his bills to pay to his family members. And here writer says that both men were strong, charismatic, and influential. Both men offered me advice, but they did not advise the same things. Both men believed strongly in education, but did not recommend the same course of study. And here writer says that both of his fathers told him that education is very important in life. Though we have to do job, or though we have to do some business, but for that education is very important. And this was the opinion of both of his fathers. If I had only one dad, I would have had to accept or reject his advice. Having two dads offered me the choice of contrasting points of view, one of a rich man and one of a poor man. And writer says that if he had only one father, then he would have accepted his father's opinions, or he would have rejected his father's opinion. But he had two fathers, and one was rich father and another was poor father. So he took education from both of his fathers. And he says that the problem was that the rich man was not rich yet and the poor man was not yet poor. And writer is talking about his two fathers, and he says that one father was rich and another father was poor. But when writer started his education at that time, his rich father was not rich and his poor father was not poor. Both were just starting out on their careers. Both were struggling with money and families, but they had very different points of view about money. And he says that both the men had different attitude about money. For example, one dad would say, the love of money is the root of all evil. The other said, the lack of money is the root of all evil. One father, means poor father, said that love for money is the cause for all evil things, and his rich dad said that lack of money is the cause of all evils. Means if we don't have money, then we have to face problems in life. And another father said that if we have a lot of money, then we have to face many problems in life. But writer says that I wanted to be a good son and listen, but two fathers did not say the same things. The contrast in their point of view, particularly about money, was so extreme that I grew curious and intrigued. I began to start thinking for long periods of time about what each was saying. And writer says that I had two fathers and I have to follow the opinions of both of them. And that's why he says that when they would give him advice at that time, he would think about that advice and then he used to take decision. One of the reasons the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and the middle class struggles in debt is that the subject of money is taught at home, not in school. Most of us learn about money from our parents. So what can poor parents tell their child about money? They simply say, stay in school and study hard. The child may graduate with excellent grades, but with a poor person's financial programming and mindset. Here, writer says that we get education of money at our home because education of money is not given in school or it is not given in college. And if we are born in a poor family, it means our father has no knowledge about money, and that's why he cannot give us the knowledge of money. He cannot train us about earning a lot of money, and that's why writer says that poor are getting more poor and richer are getting more richer, and middle class are struggling in their lives because the education of money is not given in school. The education of money is given at our home, and if our father is poor, then he cannot give us proper education about earning money. Sadly, money is not taught in schools. Schools focus on scholastic and professional skills, but not on financial skills. This explains why smart bankers, doctors, and accountants who earned excellent grades may struggle financially. All of their lives, our staggering national debt is due in large part to highly educated politicians and government officials making financial decisions with little or no training in the subject of money. And writer says that college teaches us the skills of profession, the skills of job, but college does not teach us how to earn money, and that's why we have money problem. And then writer says that what will happen when Medicare and Social Security run out of money? How will a nation survive if teaching children about money continue to be left to parents, most of whom will be or already are poor? And writer says that what will happen with our country, because we are not giving education of money in schools and in colleges, and we are leaving it on the parents. We are dependent on parents for giving education of money, and if the parents are poor, they are poor because they don't have the knowledge of money, and that's why they cannot give education of money to their children. Then next thing, writer says that, for example, one dad had a habit of saying, I can't afford it. The other dad forbade those words to be used. He insisted. I asked, how can I afford it? And writer says that his own father, when writer would say to his father to buy something expensive, then his father used to say him that it is not affordable to him. And when writer would ask about it to his rich father, to his rich dad, at that time his father would ask a question, how will it be affordable to him? Means when the poor father says that it is not affordable to me, it means that person is lazy. That person is lazy. It is his lazy mindset about money, and that's why expensive things are not affordable to poor dad. And when the rich dad says that how will it be affordable to me, it means he gives work to his mind, and his mind is trying to find out how it will be possible for him, or how will it be affordable to him. Means mind is trying to find out the ways of earning money. Then writer says that although both dads worked hard, I noticed the one dad had a habit of putting his brain to sleep when it came to finances, and the other had a habit of exercising his brain. The long term result was that one dad grew stronger financially and the other grew weaker. It is not much different from a person who goes to the gym to exercise on a regular basis versus someone who sits on the couch watching television. Proper physical exercise increases your chances for health, and proper mental exercise increases your chances for wealth. Writer says that if we go in the gym and we are doing exercise in the gym, then exercise makes our body strong, makes us physically strong. And in the same way, if we will give work to our mind about earning money, then we will become rich, or we will become wealthy. Then another thing, writer says that one dad thought that the rich should pay more in taxes to take care of those less fortunate. The other said taxes punish those who produce and reward those who don't produce. According to poor dad, that rich people should help to the poor. But according to the rich dad, that taxes punish those who produce or who earn a lot of money, and taxes help those who earn nothing. And according to rich dad, it was wrong, that taxes should not punish to those who earn a lot of money. Then writer says that one dad recommended study hard so you can find a good company to work for. The other recommended study hard so you can find a good company to buy. His poor dad used to say to Robert that he should study hard. If he will study hard, then he will get a job in a good company. But his rich dad used to say him that he should study hard, and if he will study hard, then he will be able to buy a good company. One dad said, the reason I am not rich is because I have you kids. The other said, the reason I must be rich because I have you kids. And poor father said that he is poor, or he cannot become rich because of his children, because of his kids. And the rich father says that he wants to become rich because of his kids, because of his children. When encouraged talking about money and business, at the dinner table, while the other forbade the subject of money to be discussed over a meal. And writer says that his rich dad used to talk about money while having food at dinner table. He was having food with his family members. At that time he would discuss about the topics of money, and the poor dad would not mention the topic of money while having food. One believed our home is our largest investment and our greatest asset. The other believed my house is a liability, and if your house is your largest investment, you are in trouble. The poor dad said that his house is his asset, and the rich dad said that his house is his liability. Both dad paid their bills on time, yet one paid his bills first while the other paid his bills last. Both of them paid their bills on time, but poor dad paid his bills on time and the rich dad used to pay his bills late. One dad believed in a company or the government taking care of you and your needs. He was always concerned about pay raises, retirement plans, medical benefits, sick leave, vacation days, and other perks. He was impressed with two of his uncles who joined the military and earned a retirement and entitlement package for life after 20 of active services. He loved the idea of medical benefits and PX privileges the military provided its retires. He also loved the tenure system available through the university. The idea of job production for life and job benefits seemed more important at time than the job. He would often say, I worked hard for the government and I will entitled to these benefits. The other believed in total financial self-reliance. He spoke out against the entitlement mentality and how it created weak and financially needy people. He was emphatic about being financially competent. Poor dad wanted to do job and he wanted to be dependent on the government, but the rich dad wanted to be self-reliant. He wanted to do his own business. One dad struggled to save a few dollars, the other created investment. The poor dad used to save money, but the rich dad used to invest money. Then, for example, poor dad always said, I will never be rich, and that prophecy became reality. My rich dad, on the other hand, always referred to himself a rich. The poor dad used to say that he is not interested in money and he does not want to become a rich man, and it was proved true in his matter that he never became rich, and the rich dad would always behave like a rich man, and he used to say that he wants to become a rich man, and finally he became a rich man. My poor dad would say, I am not interested in money or money doesn't matter. My rich dad always said, money is power. Poor dad used to say that he is not interested in money and he used to say that money is not important, but the rich dad used to say money is power. The power of our thoughts may never be measured or appreciated, but it became obvious to me as a young boy that it was important to be aware of my thoughts and how I expressed myself. I noticed that my poor dad was poor not because of the amount of money he earned, which was significant, but because of his thoughts and actions. As a young boy having two fathers, I became acutely aware of being careful about which thoughts I chose to adopt as my own. Should I listen to my rich dad or to my poor dad? And writer says that his poor dad also earned a good amount of money but because of his thinking and because of his action, he remained poor. And rich dad always thought about money, and he had positive thinking about money, and that's why he became rich. Here, writer says that both of the fathers said that education is important, but their attitude towards education was different. And here writer gives example of the poem of Robert Frost, the poem which is The Road Not Taken. And in this poem, poet says that we should not follow the road which is taken by all the people. We should follow the way which is not taken by many people. Means we should follow the different way from other people's. And finally, writer says that over the years, I have often reflected upon Robert Frost's poem. Choosing not to listen to my highly educated dad's advice and attitude about money was a painful decision, but it was a decision that shaped the rest of my life. And writer says that my rich dad taught me over a period of 30 years until I was 39 years old. He stopped once he realized that I knew and fully understood what he had been trying to drum into my often thick skull. Money is one form of power, but what is more powerful is financial education. And here, at last, writer gives us very important message that money is important, but more than that, financial education is very important. We should take financial education. We should not learn how to earn money, but we should learn how to make our money work for us. And because I was only 9 years old when I started, the lessons my rich dad taught me were simple, and when it was all said and done, there were only 6 main lessons repeated over 30 years. This book is about those 6 lessons put as simply as possible, just as simply as my rich dad put forth those lessons to me. And writer says that writer took education from his rich dad from the age of 9 till the age of 39, but his rich dad taught him only 6 lessons, and writer has told us about those 6 lessons in this book. Dear friends, this book gives us economical education, and according to writer, school education or college education is not important, but the education of money is very important, and this book is going to give us the education of money. Dear friends, tomorrow we are going to take the first chapter of this book. Today we have taken introduction, and in the introduction writer has told us that education is important. But which education is important? Education of money, education of economy is very important. But badly in our schools they don't give us education of money. They give us education of skills, they give us education of acquiring job, they give us education of business, but they don't give us education of money. And here writer has tried to literate us in the matter of money. Thank you very much, my dear friends. If you like this video, please like it, share it, comment on it. Thanks a lot. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe it. Thanks a lot once again.